Hey everybody, this is Barry Johns. Welcome back to another episode of Studio Talk. I've got some great advice for you today. And you know what I'm going to tell you what not to do? Don't join Facebook recording groups. They are a complete and utter waste of your time. Here's why, okay? At the end of the day, you don't develop any kind of identity. You don't develop any kind of sense of belonging when you get into these Facebook groups specifically targeted towards recording, because you don't get to establish who you are, your opinion. So you never know if the advice you're getting is valuable advice or terrible advice. One of the things that we've seen lately that is absolutely horrific when it comes to be able to learn something is because you get this argumentative style that you see that happens in social media. Everybody wants to tell you why you're wrong. And maybe you are wrong. I don't know. But everybody wants to think that what they do is better than what you do. So therefore, if they do it, it has to be better than what you do. I don't find that an easy way to learn. How are you ever going to learn anything that way? Whereas if you get involved and you get engaged in a popular forum that has a great reputation for being able to establish a community of users that are going to hold each other accountable to their knowledge and their opinions, not in a good way, not in a bad way, but in a good way, okay? You're going to be able to figure out who knows what they're talking about and who doesn't. In some Facebook group, you're just going to get somebody spouting out about this, probably regurgitating something that they've heard over and over and over again on the internet, and they have no personal experience with it. They've probably never used the piece of gear you're talking about. They probably never used the plugin that you're talking about. They probably don't even have a basic understanding about how these things work, but yet because somebody on the internet told them X, Y, Z, they consider themselves knowledgeable about a subject. Don't be sucked into that nonsense. Find a good forum, find a group, find a community of people that are passionate about the things that you are. This philosophy doesn't matter whether it's recording or whether it's doing something else in your life, okay? Because there are plenty of great forums out there where you can actually learn from people. And if you're really trying to learn, wouldn't you want to learn from people who can teach you something rather than a bunch of people out there that have no clue and all they do is regurgitate what they're hearing from somebody else? I mean, think about it. I mean, would you take advice off of somebody off the street that has no firsthand knowledge whatsoever on a subject because they've had limited exposure to it? Or would you rather want to find somebody who's actually lived it, experienced, learned from it, made their mistakes, quite honestly, right? That's how most of us learn. We make mistakes and we learn. And so if you really want to get better at this thing called recording, because that's why you're watching me, if you really want to get better, make sure you're learning from people who have some type of reputation. Because you can get into many good forums out there, like the Gear Page is an example that used to be known as Gear Sluts. That's a fantastic forum that you can get into and learn from people. You can talk about things for people that are passionate about the subject like you. I'm sorry if you do anything about my videos, you know that when I make a mistake, I leave them in there. I started a choke on that or whatever, and we're just going to leave it in there because that's the way this guy rolls at the end of the day. So, you can find people in there and you're going to know that whether they know what they're talking about or not. You don't have to be the person that calls them out because there will be other people that will do it in a constructive way. It's not meant to attack, which is what you see, quite frankly, from some of the younger generation that's the only way they grew up on social media is just to criticize. Are you ever going to learn anything that way? I don't think so. So if you want to learn something, find a good forum that has a great reputation, okay? And be part of a community that are passionate about the things that you are, that will hold you accountable. And eventually, as your knowledge grows, you'll be able to hold them accountable in a positive way, not a negative way. So quit wasting your time with Facebook groups. They are a complete and utter waste of time in this old guy's opinion. So if you like the topics I talk about on this show, and I probably ruffled a few feathers along the way here, and I really don't care at the end of the day. I don't care, because I know what I'm saying is meant for your benefit and my benefit and everyone else's. So hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell. Let me know that you like what I do. If you don't like what I do, hey, there's comments below. Get on that keyboard and let me know what you don't like. You can't hurt my feelings. I'm cool with it. But until this is all said and done, you know what I want you to do? I want you to have a great day.